I'm very proud to be here tonight in the presence of my family, my wonderful Early Childhood Center staff, and members of my board of directors. I'm so happy that all of you are here. Thank you for coming out to celebrate with me. And I give my thanks to the college leaders that have made this award possible for me. President Shale, Dean Shaw, and Alumni Association President Clay, thank you. And I want to give a special thank you to my co-honoree, Dean Emeritus Vern Kahn. I just want you to know that your warm and steady visionary intelligence and the fact that you are a woman of color made an immeasurable difference to me during my student years here. Though I was too shy to introduce myself to you personally, your presence here gave me hope, direction, and the belief in myself that I could achieve and I could win. When you have a great integrity and you're a person who does good, when you're humble and straightforward, you may not always know the impact that you make, the great impact that you make on others around you. So I'm here today to tell you about the great impact you made on me. And I believe these statements must also apply to all my co-honorees, in whose company I am humbled and thankful for each of your existence, for the love, the care, the intelligence, and the passion that each of you have become known for in your application of talent and intelligence to the field of early childhood education. So I honor you. Again, I'm proud to be here. I have personally worked very hard over many years to get to this place. And speaking as one who has remained in the trenches for over 37 years, working as an early childhood center founder and director, it is especially pleasing to me to have my work recognized and appreciated, in particular by my Bank Street peers. I graduated in 2002, as was said, and I had been on my path, though, since 1981. But when I recognized the need to increase and sharpen my early childhood administrative practice in order to meet the more rigorous demands required by the systems under which I was supervised, and also personally, I felt the need to deepen my understanding of the state-of-the-art research into early childhood development. And my mission and vision needed clarification. I was in search of where did I want to take my organization and how did I want to get there. I'm grateful to this institution and in tandem, my cohort leader, Ann Hurwitz, who expected no less than excellent effort and achievement from each of us and in particularly from me. With her guidance, I worked with perseverance and determination to achieve my credential. And then I took that theory and practice and applied it directly to my real life work and passion. And that is to the Early Childhood Center known as Little Sun People, located in the Brooklyn neighborhood of Bedford-Stuyvesant. A center that I've loved and nurtured with everything that I have had in me for 37 years. When I've tried to talk to people about Little Sun People, to some who are from outside of the community, people have often said to me, well, isn't it just another daycare center? And I've struggled to explain the difference. And I'll give it another try here. First, no child care center is just another daycare. Each and every program is unique and filled with people who are giving their minds, hearts, and sweat on behalf of other human beings and, and one of the most valuable works that can be done. But like the job of mothering, for instance, childcare work often goes unappreciated and unrecognized, but not by me. I stand here on behalf of every childcare center worker everywhere, and I applaud those, mostly women, who are giving their all to the children. But as for Little Sun people and why it's different, in the class-based capitalist system in which we live, the environment is fiercely competitive. Imagine being told that you must compete, but first you have to put on some big socks with heavy rocks in them. Once the socks and rocks are in place, then you can start. You get these socks at birth if you are a black or a brown person, and it's the extreme rare one who escapes. This is just a little story about the impact of racism. It comes in early with soft and multiple implications that come in almost with the mother's milk. And because of that, I've found that it's never too early to challenge those messages. So what we attempt to do at Little Sun People is to keep the socks off or keep the rocks minuscule, at least until age 5. Intentionally giving each little black and brown child a chance to run ahead freely, using a lens of proficiency, high expectation, respect, faith, reconnection to ancestors and community, and unending love. And how do we do it? We celebrate the impact of racial difference. We flip the script and applaud the difference by consistently highlighting successful models of black and brown people to emulate, by having all of our children learn African dance and drumming, by emphasizing the beauty and diversity of the arts, colors, textures, and music that are drawn from the African continent, by having pictures, books, and stories, the stories we tell filled with illustrations of the black and brown people of the world, by meshing our theme-based, the developmentally appropriate early childhood curriculum with the stories, cultures, and ways of people who look just like the children. With us, it's not just the potluck dinner, it is everything that we do in our effort to cut the socks of rocks and instead offer self-confidence, feelings of empowerment, critical thinking skills, agency, and a sense of connection and community from which life's strong foundation can be built. This is really no small thing, even for one black or brown child. I'm grateful that I was accepted here at Bank Street, grateful for the understandings I arrived at, grateful for the pedagogical and leadership skills I gained. I've committed my life in my own way to the nourishment of the spirit and minds of the black and brown child, and through that, to the upliftment of my race. Thank you, Bank Street, for providing me with the necessary tools to hone and refine the work that I personally take such pride in. In closing, I'd like to share a poem with you, A Message from a Black Child by Keela Evering. I am a beautiful black child. I am dark, I'm light, I can laugh, I can cry, I can play and have lots of fun. And I can learn because I have so much talent and natural ability. I can be anything I want to be. I am strong. I can be a doctor, a lawyer, an athlete, an astronaut, a writer, a musician, a businesswoman, a scientist, an army general, or a leader of my people. Because in me, I have the spirit of Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Charles Drew, Paul Robeson, Queen Nzinga, Michael Jackson, Ronald McNair, Marcus Garvey, Julius Nyeri, Langston Hughes, Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner, Hugh Masekela, and Winnie and Nelson Mandela. I'm from Jamaica, Philadelphia, Brazil, Egypt, Nigeria, Cuba, New York, Angola, Houston, Venezuela, Sudan, Australia, Panama, the Ivory Coast, and South Africa. But I can only achieve my full potential with your help. You must guide me, motivate me, reach me, and push me to do my best at whatever I attempt to do. This is your responsibility as my parents, my teachers, and members of my community, so that I will grow up to be a strong, beautiful Black woman. And that is our Little Sun People mission. Thank you.